7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
What we do here is go back.
Hey everybody, welcome to another live chat. I'm Stephen J. I'm here with Jesse Davin, and the music just started again. There we go. That should be better. If y'all can hear us and see us and everything, please give us feedback in the chat. Hope the sound is alright and the video is alright. We're going to talk some Raw and some AEW and whatever y'all want to talk about. Send a super chat if you want your comment, statement, whatever, prioritized. And we have a donation link in the bottom as well. Before we get into all that stuff, Jesse, how you doing today?
Steven, I got some horrible fucking news.
Like just
now.
Oh, geez.
It's everything. Everyone's alive, except for Big Ten football.
Oh, it's like official. That must have just happened because me and Jesse were talking for like a half hour before this.
You all missed my soul leaving my body, you guys. Like, it's not official yet. They haven't announced it, but the reports are not good.
It's a bummer. So is our other conferences gonna still try playing? Like, is that the,
Now that the Big Ten is canceled, you might as well just. I mean, it looks like Ryan Day, our coach, is going to try to do something, whether that means join the SEC for a year or whether that means join the Big 12 for a year. Logically, to me, it doesn't really make a lot of sense because what's going to happen if it doesn't make sense to me. It just okay, it's not canceled. They're saying they're hoping to play in the spring, which is a horrible idea. You have Justin Fields, man. Oh God, we got 1 year out of Justin Fields. Oh my God, I'm gonna throw up, dude. Oh my God. We only got to see Justin Fields play for 1 year, dude. 1 year. I
so
know,
I'm a
guys, I'm sorry. I know this is a professional wrestling podcast, and I know this is not what you guys came here to see. I'm sorry, but my daughter's name is Scarlett. Okay, the school colors for my school are scarlet and gray. Her name is Scarlett Grace. All right. My Twitter handle is Jesse the Buckeye. All right. My Twitter handle is not Jesse the wrestling fan. It's Jesse the Buckeye. I bleed this shit. This is my life. Football is before wrestling 1,000% of the time. And
ouch.
no, not you. You're different. You're a friend.
No, I'm
But
kidding. No, I'm saying, well,
okay.
so for me, like the Minnesota Vikings, like if the Vikings play on Sunday and there's a pay-per-view at the same time, I watch the Vikings. I totally get it.
Yeah. I And do not get me wrong, I completely understand. I completely understand why they've canceled the season. And oh God, Corey, thank you. Corey just gave us a super chat. He said, "Let it out, Jesse." Steven, I know we were just doing fine, but I literally went out there to go scoop out Play-Doh for Scarlett, and I saw Colin Cowherd talking about it, and I go, "Thank you, thank you, Corey." I'm okay. I And please do not get me wrong. I completely understand why they did this. Absolutely 1,000%, 100,000,000%, safety over everything. But you cannot tell me that this is not a legal liability issue when you're literally about to have thousands, tens of thousands of students on campus right now to start school in the fall. Like, you released a schedule that involved flexibility. It involved strict testing protocols, strict like quarantining protocols. They were going to go to specific hotels. You had 2 extra weeks. Every team had 2 bye weeks. We had a conference only schedule. There were flexible weeks. They even moved our game with that team up north. If you don't know what that team up north is, it's our Ohio State's rival. We don't like to say it. We moved it to October. That is unheard of. Like unheard of. It's always the third week in November. We moved it because we just want to play. The players want to play. They've been working their asses off. They've been working their asses off. They've been staying safe. Sean Wade could have gone out and been a first round draft pick in the NFL draft, but instead he decided to stay at Ohio State, and he decided that he wanted to go win a national championship. And you know what? When that probably wasn't going to happen this year, he said, "You know what? No, I'm loyal. I'm going to stay with my team. I'm going to win the Big Ten. I'm going to do whatever I need to do." But no, it's gone. He came back for nothing. He lost millions of dollars probably. You have Justin Fields, potential Heisman winner, was a finalist last year for the Heisman. Gone. We got 1 year out of Justin Fields. 1 year. That is criminal. He's gone. He's not going to play in the spring. None of these guys are going to play in the spring. Because you know why? They're going to get drafted. They're going to go get drafted, which I am totally fine with. Go make your bank. What's going to happen to Justin Fields, though? He's had 1 year at Ohio State. He had 1 year at Georgia as a second-string quarterback, and he transferred. Joe Burrow just said, had he not transferred and had his signature year last year, he wouldn't be making that money that he's making. He wouldn't be playing for Cincinnati right now. Like, I don't know. And I don't know what the answer is. I don't. It just sucks all around. And do not come at me. I swear to God, do not come at me with the, well, this is what you all get. This is what you all get for not wearing your mask and thinking this is a big old hoax. That's what you get. That's what you get. Shut the fuck up. I've been doing my part. I've been social distancing. You know how many fucking parties in our neighborhood there have been? A lot. You know where I haven't been? Those fucking parties. You know who I've been scolding? The people at those parties. Because they're not wearing masks. Like, seriously, I've done my part. Don't you dare group me in with a small ass group of people, because you know what? This is not a political issue. This is a people issue. If you want to bring it down to that, politics, all that fucking bullshit, further divide our country. You want to know what's really scary? You want to know what's really terrifying? You're going to have a bunch of fucking people, like me included, who use football as an outlet for their anger, their tribalism, and their rage, and it's gone. There's no more outlet. That's a scary fucking thought. That's a scary thought. I mean, and like I said,
You can join Retribution.
bitch, I'm gonna need fucking retribution. I'm not gonna be turning off lights and turning over boxes and flipping cars.
Kicking cars that are already flipped over.
Right? Banging on them, throwing cinder blocks at already broken windows.
Oh, that was the best. I have all those gifs ready. Also,
Dude, I just
yeah.
man.
What's gonna happen? So what? So with college football, because I know I know a girl from it's a long story, but I used to do like coaching when I was younger, when I was in college, and some of these people have grown up, and I know somebody who's kind of in that the college softball world currently, and she was saying that like when their season got cut short when like COVID started, that all the players wound up. I think it was they all had an extra year of eligibility, but they could also obviously move on if they want. But in softball, it's different because there's not really much of like a professional route to go. Like it's a very you know what I mean? There's not that many people who become like professional or like Olympic level softball players. So, but with like,
Oh my god.
yeah, it's definitely different because
Oh my god.
some of these players are just gonna be like, I'm just gonna take the money and go now because like why waste a year? Like not waste a year, but you know what I mean. Like why risk another year in college when you can get paid now? You know.
I have the official statement from the Big Ten. I haven't read it yet. I'm gonna read it right now. This is the Big Ten website. Oh my god. I'm not ready. I'm gonna cry. Okay. Big Ten statement on 2020 to 2021 fall season. The Big Ten Conference announced the postponement of the 2020 to 21 fall sports season, including all regular season contests.
Mama, can Mimi come with me?
Yeah.
And is she gonna take me to her house? Or
No, they're gonna stay here.
which place is it called?
What place?
The one that you go to?
I can't say where I'm going.
Tell me.
No, I can't tell you right now. I
want to tell him.
Honey, no, you can't. You can't right now.
Oh,
Honey,
let's say hi.
in a little bit. How about that? Oh man. Okay. So anyway, sorry. I got.
Thank you. Tomorrow spend the night it's gonna be so nice.
Yeah.
I invited them.
Yeah.
Sleep over like so nice. I mean 5 nights.
Wow. Yes.
Mommy,
Sleepovers.
Those
are the days.
The starry night for you and me.
Okay, honey. I gotta do podcast. Go. Okay. Corey. Sorry, I just saw the super chat. Thank you so much Corey. I really, really appreciate it. I feel like I am out of body right now. Thank you. It's Corey's super chat says, lots of love, prayers, positive vibes your way, Jesse. Thank you for being you and for being passionate about everything you feel. Thank you, Corey. I get a little too passionate about football, so maybe this is a good break for me. Let me see what else it says. Oh, wow. Fall sports included in this announcement are men's and women's cross country, field hockey, football, men's and women's soccer, women's volleyball. Here's also a logistical issue here. Football is like the one money maker. Other than men's basketball, men's college football is the money maker. You don't play, none of these other sports are going to happen. Like, let's be real. I was a gymnast. Women's gymnastics does not happen without football.
Oh yeah,
Let's
100%.
be real.
Yeah, that's it's
Your
like a
friend-
Title IX scenario where like they
Yeah.
like there's only certain women's sports even being included because there's enough men's sports that like they try to balance it out, but otherwise,
Yeah.
right, like there's a lot of and it's not because they shouldn't be. It's because like there just is no demand. The school's losing money. As a matter of fact, to run a lot of those programs.
They lose money.
They're making their money on football and that kind of stuff. But it'll be interesting because I've been saying for a long time that college athletes should be getting paid. So like this is going to be
This was the year.
well I'm saying like because they really like athletes are making the school so much money. Like
Right.
like when Tim Tebow was in college, like when around the time we were in college, that dude was his jersey sales and stuff were like
Oh, it was outrageous.
multi-million-dollar business that he didn't see a penny of. You know, like it's an issue of like how do you scale it? Like how do you figure a scenario where certain players
It's gonna take a long
others
time,
and
but they deserve to be. It's gonna take a long time to figure out, but I think the ones that can get paid should. I know it's a really hot topic. I think maybe you should like revoke their scholarships, let them pay for school themselves or something. I don't know.
well, because the thing is, they're not going to class anyways. When
Yeah.
I was in college, I was in all the sport management and medicine and all the sports classes, coaching classes, everything. My classes were all the college athletes. It was the whole football team, the basketball team. It was in class with all these guys. They were never in class. Like I'm just to be like they're not there for the education. I mean, it's a nice perk, obviously, to be able to get an education for those who want it. But they're there to play football. They're there to play their sport. They're already professional athletes. They've been at the school and they're making the school millions of dollars. And now we're gonna start seeing it where if there's no football and these schools don't bring this money in, I think they're gonna have to start paying these college players because they're only proving their value with this. We're like, if there's no football, I'd say next season these guys should just be like, no, I'm not gonna commit to play at all. Like I'm just gonna sit a year out and go to the draft. Like you know what I mean? Like I'll just wait on getting paid unless you guys will pay me. Like that's because the schools are gonna be desperate because this is like you said. This is what's keeping these schools afloat is the football programs in a lot of the cases.
My God, I mean, this is gonna cause an uprising. I think this is gonna cause the players to unionize. I really do, because you know what? You know who I heard statements from yesterday? I heard statements from every Big Ten coach, every Big Ten player, every Trevor Lawrence. Hell, geez, I heard that he's not in the Big Ten. He's in the ACC with Clemson. Whatever. I heard from the President of the United States, regardless of what you want to think about him, he chimed in on it. We heard every sports commentator, we heard literally everyone speak their voice on this, celebrities. You know who we didn't hear from? The NCAA and the NCAA president. What are they doing? What are you doing, NCAA? What are you doing? Are you just sitting here waiting for these conferences to figure it out themselves? You're the governing body. This is your stuff. Where are you?
Yeah, it's a really good point. Like, how are
Where are you?
Yeah, how are they not figuring this out? Yeah, that's probably the best question of all.
Where are you? If this is a liability issue, you step in. You step in. These players are willing to waive. They signed waivers. In order to practice, you had to sign a waiver. You know, it's like, where are you, NCAA? Who are you? What is the point of you?
True. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, it's gonna be the same thing when NFL starts really
Yeah.
ramping up. Like in the very near future. Like, because I'm the commissioner of my. Obviously, this is a different
Fantasy
scenario, but
football.
yeah, I've been the commissioner of my fantasy football team for fantasy football league since high school. So like we're talking, this is probably like our 15th season playing together, and the reason I bring that up is because I haven't even read the messages yet, but I was flooded earlier today because we're all trying to figure out different scenarios with like flex positions or people like having extra bench spots because people with COVID are going to be out of games, or some people might just opt not to play because of it, and like last minute changes and like trying to figure
Yeah.
out like a fantasy football level.
Dude, my DraftKings is toast, bro.
Well, yeah, this is going to be like only the luckiest of the lucky are going to win in DraftKings this season, because it's going to be people that are just like throwing up random stuff and like hoping so and so just like winds up not playing last minute and stuff. It's going to be, because my personal opinion is I don't think they should be. I don't think that anyone should be playing football. I think it's a bad idea. I think it's a bad idea for everyone to be wrestling. Also, like I think it's a bad
Yeah.
to be doing all this stuff, close contact. But if you're getting tested, that's really the best thing you can do. I mean, if you're legitimately getting tested, like the UFC is legit.
They were gonna do it twice a week.
Yeah, and if they're doing that, I'm okay with it. But like, I'm also totally fine with them not having a season. It just sucks
Yeah.
man really badly when you
Right?
forward to that and you have not, and then it's not just that, it's like you don't even have the outlet like as a fan, but on top of that there's really nothing else to even turn to. Like
Yeah.
there's just like nothing. Like it's like for me it's like rewatching YouTube videos I've already seen just to like kill time and stuff because like sports aren't on. It's
Like I told you, you think people are mad and divided now? You just took away their anger outlet for them. Hold on a second.
yeah, you're good. Corey says, could you do fantasy football with XFL now whenever they restart? I hope so, because they didn't have fantasy football for the XFL like this past season. They might have had some like maybe some like DraftKings or FanDuel type stuff. I'm not sure. Probably something like that. I would imagine they had, but they didn't have like a full on fantasy football league for like ESPN. You couldn't like draft teams and stuff. But I hope that they do that with The Rock's new version of the XFL, because
Yeah.
I think that's a big advantage of even having the XFL brand is the possibility of like year round fantasy football for
Yeah.
fans.
I know. And here's another problem though. Here's what I'm thinking. We just had a player transfer from Oklahoma to Ohio State, right? And it looks like the Big 12 is going to play, which really sucks. But that's what you're going to have. Is you're going to have these kids like mercy transferring. They're going to ask for a waiver because they just want to play. Oh my God, hold on.
You're good. I can read the chat. Let's see what else we got in here. Corey, have a good one, man. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. I saw Greg Cherry, I think it was, earlier mentioning that they could finally get the NCAA video games back if the players get paid, the college players. Yeah, that was the main reason that they had to stop making those games, for those of you who don't know. Is like the NCAA video games were basically, it was straight criminal. Like they were putting the players in the games, and they looked just like the players in college. They had the same numbers, they had the same attributes, and they were, for all intents and purposes, they were those players. And they just wouldn't put their names on the jerseys and above them. But you could edit it easily to just put their names in. So, like, but it was just the roundabout way of the NCAA not having to pay the college players. And those games, like all other things with college football, those games made millions and millions and millions of dollars, and the players didn't get to see a cent of it. And then on top of that, they also had They've dicked him even worse because the cover athlete was always somebody who had just played their last year in college. So they wouldn't even put a college player on the cover because, once again, they wouldn't pay the college players. So it would be someone who was now a professional player on the cover of the NCAA game, because that person was now eligible to get paid. So, stupid.
And here's the thing, I really do think at this point, like, for Ohio State's sake, because what you're gonna have is this could be, like, honestly, like, if I'm being real with you guys, I'm catastrophizing right now, because we're gonna have a lot of kids transfer out of the Big Ten. No one's gonna want to play in the Big Ten. I get it, it's just 1 year, whatever. You're gonna have a lot of kids transfer out, go down to the SEC or the ACC or the Big 12 or whatever, probably not the Pac-12, because the Pac-12 is trash, and they're probably gonna cancel their season anyway. I think they were close to. Regardless, you're gonna have a lot of kids doing that because they just want to play, and I think it's a little bit too late for that. I don't think you can transfer this late. I think it's been kind of close. I know that it's still pretty soon, but a lot of these kids are gonna feel betrayed, and I think, like you said, I completely see them. I think they should be playing. A little risky. They want to, sure, but young kids want to do a lot of crazy things too.
Sure.
But
I
here's
want
the
to.
thing.
I want to even say, for my stance on COVID, just in general,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. I'm also, like, even though that's my opinion, is like I social distance. I wear a mask.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
do what I can. But I also, it is everyone. I mean, whether or not I think people are being assholes about it is one thing, but it's just my opinion. It's freedom. Like, if there's people out there who want to get together, who feel safe doing it, like, it sucks because they may wind up affecting people that don't want to be affected by it. That's where I think the selfishness lies.
Hmm.
But because, like, I wouldn't want someone going out and partying than being next to my dad or something, like,
Yeah,
then my dad winds up, But, like,
and that's when your social distancing and wearing a mask comes into play.
right, and that's the
Yeah.
thing. But honestly, I'm also not going to sit here and, like it's a free country still. Like, if there's people going out and not wearing masks and getting together and just living their life, like, that's, like, they can do that. Like, so if there's people who want to go and play football and bleed on each other and spit on each other and rub against each other while this is all going on, and they want to do it, fine. Like, I can't stop you from doing that. I'm not gonna tell another grown adult how to live their life. Like, all I can do is my part to not affect the people close to me. That's really all I can do. But
Yeah.
but if people want to play football, I'm not gonna shit all over the people who want to play sports either. Like, because, like,
You get to
yeah,
see me, Papa.
yeah, and Corey, yeah, the by St. Louis, the players have tested positive. Well, yeah, like, look at baseball right now. Corey, you mentioned that as well. MLB, you have, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if the entire MLB season got canceled again. It wouldn't be surprising at all, because, like, a lot of baseball players are testing positive. But that goes along. It's along the same lines. If they want to keep playing, I'm fine with it. But, like, I think it's pretty obvious that just more and more players are just gonna keep getting it. So, like, who,
Yeah, and
What is this for?
it's okay. And here's the thing, though, like, and to kind of go off that, like, the whole whatever, they should have said from the get-go that the season's off. Like, Scarlett, please don't do that. For them to release a schedule, have all these protocols put in place, Ohio State was still practicing 4 hours ago. 4 hours ago they had practice. They did not stop practices, the Big Ten. For them to do that, release a schedule, get us all hyped, and now to cancel the season, it's really weird. I don't understand why now, all of a sudden, after you release a schedule, after you make up this huge big plan, you make it conference only, all of a sudden, the season was supposed to start. We were supposed to play on Thursday, September 3rd. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, nope, pull the plug, postpone it till spring. It's weird. Scarlett, stop. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess we can talk about wrestling or something. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, this not good. So I guess I'll be able to do this more. I don't know.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out.
Yeah.
But I mean, Raw was pretty hilarious. So we can
Yeah. Raw was
I watched
epic.
yeah, I watched Raw for the second week straight, which it's kind of a rarity now. Let me get this pulled into the
Yeah, and
Thank you to
Corey
and
thank you
Corey.
guys so much
Thank
for
you
those
guys so
super
much for those
chats. You
super
both,
chats.
the
You
ones
both,
that let it
the
out
ones that
Jesse
let it
and
out
Corey,
Jesse
lots of
and
love.
Corey, lots of love.
I really
I
appreciated the
really
two
appreciated the
Corys.
two
Thank you so
Corys.
much.
Thank
It
you
really
so
meant a
much. It
lot to
really
me.
meant
I'm
a lot
sorry I
to
was
me.
kind
I'm
of
sorry I was kind of
out of body,
out of
but
body, but
just thank you both very much for those super chats. That really does mean a lot.
Scarlett, please don't pull on that, honey.
yeah, and this is another good reminder. Super. Oh, geez, what happened to yours?
What happened?
What
Me, I'm
happened to
like,
me? I'm
Let me
like,
see if
no.
there we go. Sorry about that. Um, but uh, but yeah, just another reminder for anyone in the chat. Like now that we're talking about Raw, anything Raw related, anything you thought was like funny, anything you thought was good or bad, or anything in between, let's talk some Raw. So I'm not gonna go like step by step through this whole show or anything like that.
No, there's too much.
Yeah. Um, but I will say this. Okay, so like Raw Underground. All right. I made my opinion pretty clear last week. Like I think the concept is very silly. Like it in for a lot of reasons, especially because like my brother was over yesterday and he was watching Raw and like didn't know about the Raw Underground thing, and while we were watching it, like he watched that part of it and he was like, "Oh, that was actually kind of cool." He was like, "Oh, it was okay." Like and then there was wrestling afterwards, and my brother was like, "Oh, okay, well, like, what's this supposed to be then? Like, what if, like, if I was what I was watching was like real, then like, is this supposed to not be real?" And I was like, "That's the whole point I've been trying to make."
Yeah.
but it's. I will say this: I definitely enjoyed the Raw Underground segments this week more than like the actual Raw. Like the rest of the Raw show, I thought was really not very good. Especially the Retribution stuff was cringe. But like the Raw Underground stuff was actually like I wish they would actually do more of it throughout the show. To be completely honest, like because at least it's something different.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like honestly, I look forward to tonight just because of Raw Underground. Um, it is completely different. It's wild. It's crazy.
Mimi's gonna bring her socks and her pajamas and
Oh,
socks
oh,
and pajamas and socks and pajamas
okay.
and socks, pajamas, socks.
Okay, socks and pajamas. Yes. People were rocking and socking on Underground. I really loved it. Okay, here's the thing though. I could not enjoy it because of the 800,000 camera cuts. I almost puked.
The camera cuts are bad. Like they're like it's. I don't know why they feel like they need to put that many camera. I mean, it
Yeah, I don't know if it doesn't make sense. Is it because they're trying to like go away from like the striking to make the striking seem like to make it look more extreme, like they're actually beating each other up? I don't
yeah,
know.
I think so because the camera like I think they're trying to make it look realer somehow because some of these strikes are missing by
Yeah.
like I like the Arturo Huas fight from last night. Like that guy's pretty interesting. I liked his stuff in NXT and Evolve, but like the spinning roundhouse kick he used to finish off his opponent in Raw Underground looked like it missed by like this much. So like
Yeah.
I could tell that that's what it's for, but you don't need all of that. Like they could do half the camera cuts or a third of the camera cuts, and they'd still be
Right.
in the same. Like it'd come off better. Like
Yeah.
no one thinks it's real. Like at the end of the day.
Yeah, we're not stupid. We watch professional like yeah, it's just I like it though. I really do. I think it's different. It's fun. It's I think it's different is like the biggest takeaway. It's different. I actually do look forward to it because A, Shane McMahon is like the biggest living meme on planet Earth and he's just hilarious and he's funny. And B, because you don't know what to expect and it's fun to speculate and it's kind of like with Retribution, which we'll get into. We're talking about
Yeah.
Underground right now. but it's fun. You never know what's gonna happen, and it's almost like it's kind of like the U.S. challenge, the U.S. Open challenge that John Cena had. Like
Well, what I think they need, and this goes completely against my normal line of thinking when it comes to wrestling, like when it comes to WWE especially, because I'm a big advocate for like less title belts. I think there's already way too
yeah,
many title belts, but there needs to be some sort of Raw Underground champion, like somebody who's like the final boss of like Raw Underground, and
yeah.
that person should be Shane McMahon because
Oh
he's
man, yeah.
already best in the world. He runs the Raw Underground, and he's known for his striking. Even his punches that look awful, but like
Oh
he's always been
God.
like a brawler. So like I could totally see a scenario where like he starts in it, initiating himself into these fights, and like he starts winning Raw Underground fights himself. Like that would not surprise me at all.
Yeah. We did get another super chat from Dylan. Dylan's wrestling stuff. Dylan, you are so awesome. Thank you so much. Even if you are a fan of that team up north, you're pretty awesome. You know what? I've got family members that are fans of that team up north, and I don't disown them, so I just really give them a hard time. And I can't give you a hard time this year, Dylan. I'm heartbroken. It's Harbaugh's fault. He's the one who started this, because then Ryan Day was like, "We'll hang 100 on your ass." I bet he did. But it says, I'm like so mad right now with Big Ten. Me too, dude. Me too. I feel like they should have at least given it a shot, just given it a try. And then, I feel like I do understand why they've canceled it, but they shouldn't have let us on like that. They shouldn't have let us on and created a whole ass schedule and plan.
A toast butterfly.
You made a toast butterfly? Wow, I love it so much. But yeah, thank you, Dylan, so much, and my condolences for the Big Ten and for you being a fan of that team up north. I'm so sorry. The counting streak for how many days has it been since that team up north beat Ohio State is going to just continue to go on and on and on. So yeah, but thank you, Dylan. So back to Raw Underground. Yeah, I think, but I don't know. Should it be a belt? Maybe it should be like a set of like brass knuckles or something.
Something really hardcore to show you.
I was gonna say like a mouth guard, but that's gross.
Yeah, the mouth guard that you passed the winner.
Yeah, that's a good way to get COVID. I
Yeah,
shouldn't have said that. Oh, dang it.
it's all right. I think
Oops.
I've already
Oh
said
well.
it. Then also like I'll admit this too. Riddick Moss, same echo. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Corey.
Hopefully I just fixed
Ah,
that. Please let us know if there's a bad echo. I can always try to fix that. Um, but like Riddick Moss, I like Riddick Moss to me. In this one fight on Raw Underground, did more for his WWE career than everything he's done up to this point. Like NXT and the 20
yeah.
and Mojo and all. He became immediately more credible from a 2
He became
on Raw
cool.
Underground.
Most importantly, he became cool.
Yeah, and he was like, it's awesome because like there's the no rules thing. So he did like an eye gouge and a headbutt, and then he started doing pride stomps on the ground to the head, and I was like, okay, like this is like it's obviously it's fake as hell. It's still confusing, and it's still kind of funny and kind of cringe. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm like, I would still much rather watch this than most of what I saw like in the wrestling ring on Raw.
Absolutely, yes. It's fresh, it's new, it's fun. I'm loving it. Even like non-seriously, I'm loving it. Like I've completely quit being serious with like all WWE and just kind of look at it as mild comedy. And with that, I love Raw Underground. But something that was not comedy in the slightest is what our super chat wants to bring up. And Craig, thank you so much. Craig, thank you so much for the super chat. Much appreciated. Thank you all the people that have been giving super chats. You guys are awesome. Craig Foster says, "Can we talk about how good the storytelling was for the Orton Flair promos and that ending, bro?" Whew! Jeez. My God. What an ending. What an ending to Raw. Like, the best ending to Raw I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, the Flair. I mean, both guys were incredible. But Flair especially.
Yes.
That was for a guy who's made a career on obviously his in-ring stuff as well. But like, Ric Flair is a god on the microphone already, and like that promo last night was one of the best wrestling promos I've ever heard. The way he talked about Randy Orton and
The Cena streak thing, or the record.
yeah, he said he wants him to be the one to break his title runs, the 17 that him and Cena are tied for, but he's like, it's my record, not Cena's. I love that.
Ooh,
And
that was crazy.
this is all after Orton had said some deep stuff to him too. He was talking about being the son,
The son he never had. Oh, that was
which is
surreal.
which is obviously a reference to David Flair, who was his oldest son that
Tragically.
huh?
Tragically.
Well, no, he's still alive. This guy was terrible at wrestling, though. So
No, his one son that died.
yeah, Reed. I'm getting to that. So
Oh.
so he had David, who was his oldest son, who was in WCW, and his career did not pan out. He never lived up to the dad's shadow, and he was just a flash in the pan. And then he had Reed, who was incredibly promising, who was signed to the WWE's developmental, who actually was a wrestler out of the state of Georgia, amateur wrestler. I had a friend who actually wrestled him when we were younger, and it was like a huge deal because like Ric Flair was there, and the whole and Reed was like a huge prospect for the WWE. And then yes, he overdosed tragically and passed away very young. He was like in his early 20s, and Charlotte actually started her professional wrestling career after he passed, because she's trying to live out Reed's dream of being a pro wrestler. And Rick and Randy brought that up. And Rick still, after all that, was still like, I still want to be the guy.
Yeah.
I still want to be in your corner. And that's why it made it this kind of segment so great. Because after Randy had said the darkest stuff he could possibly say to Rick, Rick still stuck by his side, and Randy still punted him in the head.
Oh, I know, and you know what? If Retribution was just a ruse to have the lights flicker just so they could make it look like Randy Orton punted Ric Flair's head, I'll give it to Kevin Dunn. He did a thing good. That was perfect. That was absolutely brilliant, because I was like, they are not going to make Ric Flair take this bump. No, they are not. Like, it was perfect. It was perfect. It worked. Like, can I just say that Randy Orton is cutting some of the best promos of his entire career, zero question, right now? Like, between the stuff with Edge and the stuff last night.
Yeah, it's crazy because he's entering his prime in 2020. Like, he's been
wild
20 years, and he's now entering his prime in the ring and on the mic, which is wild. At 40 years old.
Dude is truly, he's the greatest heel in wrestling right now. He is.
Well, yeah.
MJF right now ain't the
yeah, that's my. But MJF is a totally different type of heel. Definitely.
Yeah, that's true. He's more of a chicken shit young heel. Randy Orton's just bad. Like, not bad,
Yeah.
like a bad. He's like just a bad dude, you know?
Yeah. And does not have any remorse at all for the things he's doing, which adds layers. Like, I think Randy Orton's going to beat McIntyre for that belt. Like, I
do too.
Yeah, I think WWE's like McIntyre. Honestly, McIntyre's done the best he can with no crowd and stuff. Like, I got to give him his credit. But
yeah.
the ratings below. They're trying all this new stuff to like try to throw this shit against the wall and just to see what'll stick and to see if they can get any buzz. And I think that in their mind, they probably view McIntyre as somewhat of a failure. I'm not saying that that's fair. I'm just saying, like, the ratings are low and he's the champion and they're going to put a lot of it on him. And they can probably say, like, okay, well, Randy Orton is fucking killing it right now. Like, let's just put the belt on him. Like, he's always going to be a credible champion and he's doing the best work of his life. And that's something that people don't realize either, is it isn't necessarily uncommon to like reach your prime in pro wrestling a little bit later. Like I've heard Cody talk about it a lot, where he said that like 35 is kind of like the sweet spot for a lot of performers because you.
I still have faith.
Yeah, right. Well, same here.
Yeah, man.
But that's the thing is like, because that's usually around the age they kind of start slowing it down and telling the story better and not putting their body through so much, but like they've built up enough equity with the fans that they're super over already without having to do all that other stuff. So like Orton is really just firing on all cylinders right now, and he seems to be healthy. I mean, like I don't see why he wouldn't just put the belt on him. Like he's the best thing about Raw on the
Right.
side.
My God, man. He could cut a promo on a slice of free cheese and make it sound good.
It doesn't
Like,
sound good though.
I can't have free cheese right now. It's
Oh.
good.
I'll eat extra. I'll eat extra for you.
Yeah. Pour some over some, I don't know, some fruit or something for me. But, yeah, he's, I don't know why I just like moaned in agony. I don't know. I'm in agony like right now. Everything is terrible except for this. This is really good.
This is great. And then, well, and I also don't want to. If there's more you want to talk about with Randy, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
Oh no, I just Shinsuke in him and the balls was good too. Not very effective at Ric Flair's age, but it still hurts. I guess.
Yeah.
But
Ric Flair, he's still.
he's got like
Gotta
steel
be.
gonads, bro.
I feel like the second that stops working, Ric Flair just pulls the plug. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Dude, oh, I don't want to think about it, but yeah.
well,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like Ric Flair, like the second, like Ric Flair, whether he's living the gimmick or like whatever, like Ric Flair is still that guy. I think Ric Flair is still that guy. Like if he sees like a 20-year-old chick or
The echo.
say 21 because like legal like at a bar or whatever, if he sees like a 21-year-old chick at the bar, he's still walking up and buying her a drink. You know what I mean? Like at least that's how I want to believe he's still living his life. I know he's married, but he's been married like 4 times. So I mean, like what's that really matter at that point, to be honest?
Did you hear me about the echo?
Oh, Echo. Sorry guys.
It's okay.
Trying to fix it. Hopefully.
You're good. Oh. Oh, my life is in disarray. Oh,
But yeah, the Orton and Flair stuff was fantastic.
make him change.
Part of me, like, I don't think they'll do it, especially because of like the lights flashing and stuff. But like, there's a small part of me that thinks Rick wants to have one more match against Randy.
No, my God, no, they can't do that. No
Like-
way. God, no.
Like, I know, but I don't think that they will. I think the WWE has to be smarter than that. But like, they've kind of.
No, you know what? They're probably not smarter than that. They have him out here in COVID town. Oh, dang it. Oh, man. This video is, we need super chats. This video's done. Out here in pandemic land, you know,
Yeah.
Mr. Fragile Ric Flair in Florida, in Central Florida, in the hot spot that is Orlando. Jeez.
You know what? I'm just gonna say it. I'm totally down for a Ric Flair versus Randy Orton. Totally down for it.
Oh, man.
I don't even
My
care.
heart can't take it.
Well, his heart can't take it. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
Exactly.
Yeah. But literally, like, cause like I guarantee, like, I haven't heard this like specifically, but I guarantee Ric Flair is there begging them to let him wrestle Randy Orton in one more match. Like, I guarantee it. Because there's no other reason for Randy Orton to be out there talking about his pacemaker and how he's old and like a shadow of himself and not the same Ric Flair. Like, what's the point of doing all this to this guy unless it is just for like the ultimate amount of heel heat, which very well just could be. Like that's probably the scenario. But there's still a part of me that's like because I think Ric Flair's the kind of guy, and this is not what I want to see, but I think he'd be okay with dying in the ring. I think like him knowing going into it.
That'd be the way for him to go out.
Yeah, like I think the way that he sees it, he's like, yeah, I've got the pacemaker, I've had the stroke, like blah blah blah. You know, like but what else is there for me to do? He's like, I'm a spotlight hog. Like I want to be on the show, and like screw it. Like I'm not saying that I want to see Ric Flair die in the ring. I need to make that clear. But like, I think he would be. It's obviously a comparison, like the movie The Wrestler. Same kind of idea where like the dude at the end of the movie, like it's heavily implied that he dies in the ring, and that's kind of like what he wanted. And that's just all to say that I would not be surprised if Ric Flair got in the ring one more time. It would be, it's a bad idea, but it would not surprise me.
I can't see it. I don't want to see it.
I'm just saying.
I know. Hey, you know what? It's 2020. Anything can happen.
Yeah, and I don't know if this would be anytime soon, or if at all. Like, once again, I want to make it clear, it's a terrible idea. I'm just saying, like, I guarantee you Ric Flair wants to do it. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
But yeah, some other stuff on this show, like as far as Raw Underground, a couple things I just wanted to mention real quick. The Dabba-Kato dick grab, that was interesting.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Once again, no rules. I get it, but like, did you need to do that?
Put them in dicks tonight.
and then you had Shayna Baszler. This is totally her element. Like, this worked perfect. They teased it slightly, but like, I want to see Shayna versus Dabba-Kato. Like, I want to see, like why not? Like, I want to see Arturo Huras versus Riddick Moss. Like, I want to see people who are. I want to see that Cal guy or whatever that Riddick Moss beat. Like, I want to see him go out there and lose a few more, and then maybe beat somebody like one random week. Like I want to see some rankings. I want to see like it's like a no weight classes, no gender specific, no rules. Like, just do something different with it. Like, just let it be something different. But yeah, what do you think about, like? I mean, obviously Shayna's the perfect fit for this. So was it good for you to see that, including MMA fighters?
Yes. 1,000%. I loved it. I loved when Shayna got up there and like none of the dudes wanted to mess with her, and some chick stepped in. I don't know who it was. She beat her ass and got a dub. She looks like, I mean, Shayna Baszler fits in Raw Underground. She really does. Like, I can't see like a Bayley or a Sasha going in there. I can see a legitimate MMA fighter, a former MMA fighter. I can see Sonya Deville fitting in really well there. I can see.
Yeah.
I think Dana Brooke. Was Dana Brooke there? I feel like Dana Brooke wanted to be there or was there, or I'm having a fever dream. I don't know. But I feel like Dana Brooke would be good on there. Yeah, I loved it. Like I said, it was a cool twist. I thought it was great. I think Raw Underground is fun. I'd still love to see Brock Lesnar in there. That would be pretty cool, but I doubt it.
Yeah, that's like the ultimate. Like, that's the one person who makes the most sense of all. Him or Ronda Rousey would make the most sense.
Oh God, I forgot about Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, if Ronda came back and just started smoking people in that or something, or
I feel like that would be. No, because that would be a perfect fit.
Yeah, they got a lot of options. People saying Matt Riddle carrying Cross. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, Matt Riddle was perfect for it, but he's SmackDown, so I don't know if they're gonna be like bringing SmackDown people onto Raw Underground, or I mean, they should just get rid of the brand split completely anyway.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. It should just all be on. Yes, there are certain people who are not gonna make like the cut, but who cares? They have so many people under contract. It's like, it's unreal. So
yeah.
JGZ with a good list of people: Riddle, Thatcher, Birch, Lorcan, Oni Lorcan, Bobby Lashley, Ronda, and Sonya. Yeah, those are all good options. I mean, there's a lot of people. And then the other thing on this show that I guess is worth talking about, Retribution. So.
Oh man, I was just getting into a misery chasm.
Let me.
Thinking about how fucked the Big Ten is. Oh God, the Big Ten. We just hired this new commissioner who's a fraud. He's got a self-shrine in his background. It's like all pictures of himself and all of his accomplishments. Oh my God. Oh my God, all these kids. No kid is ever going to want to play in the Big Ten. This is going to kill the Big Ten. The Big Ten is done. I'm freaking out. But this is funny. This was the best thing on the show, other than Randy Orton and Ric Flair and all that. Oh, my ring light's in the way. But I mean, my God, okay. There is someone sitting at that desk. There is somebody at that desk.
Where? What are you talking about?
In the desk right there or something. There was somebody there. I thought that was a desk. There was somebody in that office.
Oh, there's like a random person standing in there?
Someone was there. I'm like, what are you doing? And then just the second cinder block, that makes me think this has to be comedy.
Yeah, the second center block is, I mean, that's so funny. Like,
God.
you know that he was just like, yeah, I'll still throw it, yeah!
It's like,
Yes.
could he not see? Was his, like,
I-
ski mask covering his eyes? Did he not know that it was already broke? Like,
Well, and it came so late, too, that I think what probably happened was, like, the first one worked way too well, and he was just, like,
yeah.
just standing there with holding a cinder block, and dude was like, throw it. He's like,
He couldn't, it's like, I can't throw it in the other window because the other window's real glass.
yeah, right. This whole group, these people look like the biggest dweebs.
They're the biggest geeks. They're the biggest geeks. Like, oh my God, it's like, who are you?
Where was
It's Professor Chaos. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
God, that was so funny.
I was hoping to God, they didn't do it, but I was hoping that, like, because they were all kicking the car, you know, after the car was already
Yeah.
over. I was looking to see if any of them were slapping their leg while they were kicking the car.
Oh my God, that would have been so funny. Oh, geez. Oh man. Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait for more shenanigans. It actually makes me want to tune into SmackDown just because I want to see more stupid, like, rebellion. Stupid.
Well,
chaos.
you can literally just wait till the show's over and just watch like 3 GIFs, and that'll
You know what?
save you
Oh
2
my
hours.
God. You know what someone should do is they should take all the clips of Retribution doing their chaotic things and set it to that, like, funny comedy cartoon music.
Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
Wah,
Oh
wah,
my
wah.
God. That would be so funny.
Yeah, I saw like there was some other thing from like let me see if I can find it. It was something I retweeted. Well, actually I don't think I retweeted it. Um it was like when they were on SmackDown on Friday with fake chainsaws, and like one of the chainsaws looked like it was cardboard
Yes.
flopping side to side. It's like this is so stupid.
Like, the ring rope didn't even, like, budge.
It was so bad. Like, who would be afraid of those people? Like, if that entire group of people came at me, I don't know if I would even back down if I saw that group of people coming at me.
Right? Did you see the tweet that Full Sail put out? Because someone was
Yeah,
like,
responding to.
yes. Oh my God, that was so funny.
I'll
Like,
pull
we
that
have
up.
24/7 surveillance. We are a safe campus.
This.
There.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Someone said
Yeah, so-
weekly kidnappings in the Full Sail car park. This person's British. The Full Sail car park and Retribution getting in to trash the place. WWE security are truly useless. Full Sail University official account. Campus safety is our top priority. Full Sail has a dedicated security team patrolling campus 24/7. Please do not hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or concerns for us. Rest in peace, Full Sail security team.
Hashtag owned.
Owned. Man, that was great. We do have some super chats coming
Yeah.
in. You wanna
Yeah,
do
yeah.
them?
Go for it.
Throwback, awesome. Thank you so much, Throwback. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for being so sweet to me all the time. Thank you. Hope you're well. Says Orton versus McIntyre is going to be killer. How they ended last night made perfect sense. The show as a whole was good. Can't wait for Rob Wilkins. Nothing but love. Guys, be safe and keep killing it. Thank you, Throwback. You too. Rob is a good dude. He's nice. Appreciate him. Appreciate you, Throwback. But yeah, I think that that's going to be a good match because they're both good wrestlers. It'll be interesting to see how it comes out.
Yeah, I totally agree. I don't know if you were in here a little earlier while we were talking about the that matchup, but I think Orton's gonna win the title. Like, I think Orton's the best thing on. Like, I as cheesy as it is, I do enjoy the Raw Underground segment, so I would say that's probably my favorite thing about the show currently. But on like the pro wrestling side, I think Randy Orton is far and away the best thing that Raw has going for it. And McIntyre has been a solid champion. It's just unlucky. Like bad timing, no crowds, can't get over like in like a true way. And the ratings are super low, and I think that Orton, in the WWE's mind, Orton can probably help try to fix that at least a little bit. And also throwback. I appreciate you throwing me out in your tweet the other day about people you're looking to interview. So like, just I've said it before and I'll say it again, man. We follow each other on Twitter. Just hit me up in my direct messages and we'll get something set up. I'd love to come on your show.
He'll pull through. He's reliable.
Yeah, I'll show up for sure.
Yes. Yes, and then Dylan's wrestling stuff with hashtag rest in peace Kamala. Yes, that was like whoa. And I wish WWE would have done a little bit more with that. I mean, they did the little vignette at the beginning. But thank you so much, Dylan, for your super chat. You were super duper appreciated, Dylan. You always pull through. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Dylan. And yeah, R.I.P. Kamala. Yeah, I've been hearing more and more in the last like day or so about how good of a guy Kamala was. Like
Yeah.
you know, like I had never heard any bad things about him, and he'd been around for forever. But like, apparently he was a great dude, and a lot of people have been coming out and saying how good of a person he was. So it's always good to see that when somebody passes away, and like it's an outpouring of like love for this person, and you start finding this out. I would have never known Kamala was this universally liked in pro wrestling. I mean, it's way better than being universally disliked and everyone knowing about it. But like I didn't know. Like I didn't know much about Kamala. He was a bit before my time. I've seen quite a few of his matches. Going back and rewatching stuff. But like it makes me a little disappointed that I didn't get to know who he was better as a person when he was around, because I just didn't know. And it is good to see all the nice things people are saying, for sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't echo again. Sorry.
It's the existential crisis that I'm dealing with right now. I'm like in a void of sadness.
Reminds me of a Pink Eye song.
Yeah.
I live in a constant state of fear.
That is my song right now, bro.
You miss me anymore.
Mm.
And I don't even notice when it hurts anymore. Buzzy, buzzy, buzzy. I hope that goes better, y'all. I'm trying to fix it as we go, and I appreciate the feedback. Like, never feel like you're being a jerk by letting us know that there's an
Yeah.
video doesn't look good or something. Not that anyone is, but like, we need the feedback, because there's literally no other way of me knowing other than y'all telling me, because we can't hear the echo while me and her talk to each other.
Okay, so here's another interesting tea.
Mhm.
Okay. This is about football. I'm sorry. I'm in a crisis, you guys. So the Big Ten commissioner, who is trash, his son, who's not trash because it's his son, whatever. He plays football in the SEC conference. You gonna pull your son out of football, bro? What are you gonna do? It'll be real interesting to see you cancel football for the Big Ten, but yet your son's over here still playing ball, bro. So, because the SEC just came out, their medical director just said everything's cool, we're going to keep going. ACC did the same thing, Big 12 did the same thing. We look like a bunch of fucking idiots right now.
Well,
Good luck with recruiting.
I don't think the SEC is gonna it's gonna take something massive. It's gonna be like a national like the president says you are not allowed to.
Yeah, it's gonna take an executive order.
Yeah.
To stop SEC football.
Yeah, because it'll be that you're talking about violence and divide and an outlet. Like the South cannot deal with no college football.
I move.
Yeah.
I'm balls deep in SEC country.
Yeah, same. With the UGA fans. Yeah. It's funny to me because a lot of college football. I support my Georgia Southern Eagles. That's the school I went to. But it was never and they play in the Sun Belt, so it's not like they're like a factor in all of this, anyways. But like, it's so funny to me every college football season because every season, all these teams, like yourself probably included, everybody talks their team up like it's their year to win the national
Oh no.
championship, and then this trash talk just escalates throughout the season. But then at the end of the day, only one team wins, and then all these other fans,
Gotta eat that crow.
yeah, and I've grown up in Georgia, and I don't think at any point during my life UGA has ever won the national championship. But people are just constantly talking like it's just this is the year, and I'm always like,
You need to follow this. I follow this guy. His name's Ray UGA. Steven, he's a bigger living meme than Shane McMahon. He is the most. I swear to God, Steven, you will love this man.
oh yeah,
He posts the funniest. He like it's like I don't know if it's like real. He pretends to be this college football like recruiting insider, and he's not. And he's like trying to play it out, and he like screams. He's like every time he gets on, he did a video where he's in a drive-through at like KFC or something, and the lady on the little speaker is like, "Hi, welcome to KFC. How may I help you?" And he goes, "Hey, how you doing? Go dog!"
oh jeez, just spreading it everywhere he goes.
His whole thing is like rise above hate. Oh God, I gotta send you some of his videos. Oh man, they're the best.
Yeah, I gotta
But
check that guy out.
Yeah, I'm sorry guys. I know this is about wrestling, but I'm in a crisis. Like we're the conference. We look like ding dongs.
Looks like ding dongs.
Oops.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get the feeling too, though. You know, with like my Vikings, lifelong Minnesota Vikings fan because my dad's whole side of the family is like from up there, so that's the team I always grew up cheering for because that's the team
Who?
went out to watch at the bars and stuff. Huh?
Who?
The Minnesota Vikings, NFL.
Oh yeah, duh.
But it's the same kind of thing for me. But I have like the actual self awareness, and realism where like because the Minnesota Vikings have never won the Super Bowl in the team's history, and
Neither the Browns.
yeah, but the Vikings made the playoffs almost every season.
Oh yeah, they get.
So it's
Yeah, I know,
so it's
that's
like
true. I don't know what
so
that is.
right. With the Browns, it's like it's just kind of like
They're just
it
bad.
is what it is. But with the Vikings, it's like we have good enough teams to get to the playoffs almost every year.
That sucks.
Never win the Super Bowl.
That sucks.
But my expectations even then going into the season are very realistic. I'm like, you know what? Hopefully we make the playoffs. If we somehow win the Super Bowl, it'll be the best day of my life. But I'm not going into the season talking a whole bunch of shit because what the fuck? What do I have to say? Like I have nothing to show for being a Vikings fan.
I only talk shit to the team up north fans. I cannot take shit, so I do not talk shit. That is like the goal. My one thing in life: don't talk shit if you can't handle shit, and I cannot handle shit. So I just don't. Every game, I'm like, we're losing. We're losing. Like you should. Oh my God, Steven, if you watch an Ohio State game with me, you wouldn't ever want to come back. Like no, I'm the worst. That Clemson game last year, like I was on the floor bawling. Like my dad was even like, well, no, that game my dad was pretty pissed off too. But like the Big Ten championship game when we were down like 14-0, like ridiculously at halftime for no reason, with Wisconsin, a team we had whooped their ass beforehand, I was on the floor bawling. I couldn't breathe. My nose was so stuffed up. My dad was like, my dad who taught me how to be this way when I watched football was like, Jessica, you need to calm the fuck down. Like, you need to. I was distraught.
Yeah.
I am a mess.
Yeah. That's I definitely have those moments as a football fan as well. Not.
Oh yeah, Vikings I can imagine. Oh, with the Browns I just kind of laugh because I'm used to it with the Browns. I've been a Browns fan my whole life. I have nothing to show for it.
Well, what happens to us is like there's been 2 separate times
Yes.
where we were 1 field goal kick away from being in the Super Bowl.
Was that the double doink? No, that was Chuck.
No. So we
hold on,
had
I
some.
can hear you. I can hear you. I'm just gonna go check on her.
I gotcha. But yeah, we had back in like 1998, Gary Anderson, who was our field goal kicker, who hadn't missed a field goal in like 2 full seasons.
Right.
He wound up missing a kick, and we were ahead in the game still. Like when he missed, we were still ahead. And it was the Falcons, which made it twice as bad when we wound up losing the game in overtime because I had to live in Atlanta around all of the Falcons fans, and I still hear about it. And then like a handful of years ago, I think it was to get to the the NFC Championship. Maybe not the Super Bowl, but Blair Walsh missed the 27-yard field goal to
27-yard field goal. Oh.
27, and he was solid. We just given him a fat contract, and he was reliable. And he missed that field goal, and he never recovered. And I don't think he's even in the league anymore. Like he got cut from our team like a couple, like then in the middle of the next season because
Got cut from life.
yeah, he just mentally was just.
Yeah.
But then, like, luckily, I'm not a Falcons fan though because the worst ever, them blowing it against the Patriots a few years ago, like when they were up like 28-3 or whatever it was, and the Patriots came back and beat them.
Oh man, that's
Yeah, and that was fun. Like that was there you go.
I'll give him some ice cream after I'm done.
Corey Williams,
yeah.
the Moss and Carter years. Hell yeah, I've still got a Randy Moss jersey that fits me. I wear it all the time.
Yeah.
And Chris Carter, yeah, those are my 2 favorite.
Chris Carter. Guess where he played?
Oh yeah, yep.
Buckeye legend.
One of the best receivers ever. My favorite currently is Adam Thielen. For those of you who are fans.
Yes, he's good on fantasy.
Yes.
Except for when he gets hurt, that sucks.
Yeah, last season he got hurt. He got catching a touchdown.
Yeah, and I had him on my team, and I was like,
yeah. So, well, moving on. Before we get out of here, definitely want to talk a little AEW.
yes, I can't say anything, but AEW is gonna be really cool. So yeah.
Yes. You'll know more about that pretty soon, probably. What she's talking about.
Hopefully tomorrow. Yeah. I haven't. Yeah.
There may be a non-disclosure scenario, possibly.
Yes.
So,
not like that. I'm not signing with AEW.
No, but so like for instance, like there's been things that I've been a part of in like wrestling on an independent level where like something goes on and like you have to really talk about it, but eventually you can. You just have.
It's better safe than sorry, honestly.
Right. So all good stuff though. By the way, this is like good stuff, not like this isn't bad things that you can't talk about. It's just stuff you got to wait on for a second.
Yeah.
But as a matter of fact, so tomorrow night, speaking of the show, I'm supposed to be hosting the Fightful post show for NXT and AEW over on the Fightful YouTube channel. Warren Hayes is on vacation this week and next week as well. I think I'm doing it both weeks, but I'm not sure about next week 100% because they're doing Saturday and it's also NXT TakeOver 30. So we got to figure out on Fightful how that's going to be hosted because of the times and stuff. But anyways, that's all to say.
Oh yeah.
Because they end at different times. Like AEW and NXT end like an hour difference the next Saturday. So like I don't know how we're going to do that yet. But anyway, tomorrow night it's going to be me, Alex Pulowski, and who's the third currently? The guy from Wrestle Talk. I apologize for not. Actually, I have his. I don't want to be rude here. I haven't met him. I know Alex. It is going to be. I'm in my direct messages right now, so that's why I'm not showing what I'm looking at for the moment. Lewis, that's right, Lewis. So yeah, it's gonna be the 3 of us, and it should be fun. So feel free to check that out tomorrow night over on the Fightful YouTube channel. I'll try to make sure I put a link out on my Twitter as well when we go live. This is a show I'm really looking forward. We're not gonna preview NXT, but like we will be talking about NXT on Fightful tomorrow night. As far as me and Jesse right now, though,
I am
We got
hype for this.
Yeah, this is a great show. So starting off, we have the $7,000 obligation match. This, of course, is because of Jericho's jacket getting ruined by the oranges from Orange Cassidy. What did you think about the debate last week between Jericho and Orange Cassidy?
I thought we talked about it. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was.
Did we talk about that already?
I don't know.
Maybe do some
I don't think we've been on here.
Yeah.
And don't forget,
Don't forget what.
we're gonna do some. Is Mimi and Papa gonna look after the Macy
Yeah.
while you're gone and I
Yeah.
will? Because you didn't invite me to go there.
Right.
What place? The one that you are going to?
Yeah. I mean, you can't go
Why?
because you can't. I don't know. Maybe you can. I don't know. I thought it was great. I thought it was legendary. I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was classic. I thought it was fun. I thought it was perfect. Every debate should have pyro. I'm just saying, make it a lot better. It was great. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. Loved the Eric Bischoff cameo, everything. Oh my God, Corey. Sorry, I just saw a super chat. Corey Hummel. Thank you so much, Corey. You are awesome. I hope you're doing well, dude. It says tomorrow's my 35th birthday. Woohoo! Can you smile? Every time I thought I was a screw up. No. What? Oh, Jesse, you and Steven have treated me good. Good, because you're not a screw up. You're like our encyclopedia for like independent wrestling knowledge. Like you know everything. You're great. Happy early 35th birthday, Corey. That is awesome. Happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday, Corey. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for all the continued support on Twitter,
Yeah, man.
here on YouTube. We appreciate you, man.
We really do.
Yeah, never feel like you're a screw up or that you're like being too much or whatever. We like you for you, man. You're a good dude. We appreciate you. So thanks. Thanks for all that, and thanks for the super chat. That's all obviously very much appreciated on our end as well.
Yes. Oh, you know what? We were going to talk about this on Sunday, and then we didn't.
Yeah. So
I think that's what it was.
yeah, I thought this was great. I
Oh.
liked the whole segment. Jim Cornette hated it, which I thought was hilarious.
Ooh, oh my feelings. My feelings are hurt so bad.
I love Jim Cornette. He's the best.
He's such an ass.
I disagree with like 90% of everything he says, but then there's like a 10% where like I agree with every now and then, but the way he articulates it is in like the total opposite way I would say the same.
Yeah.
But it's funny to me because the way he delivers what he's saying is so funny to me because he hates it and he takes it so seriously. But I totally disagree with him on the Orange Cassidy. I disagree with him when it comes to AEW with pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what prompted like Jericho put out a tweet a couple days ago saying that Cornette is officially banned from all AEW events after he roasted this segment, which I thought was really funny.
That was funny.
But yeah, great stuff. Then also tomorrow night we're gonna have Cody versus. Sorry about the screen moving like that.
Oh, Pac-12 just canceled their football season too.
No, it's starting to trickle.
Yeah, but anyways, I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah, Cody putting the TNT title on the line against Scorpio Sky, which I really like this because he's shown a lot of flashes of being a big future player for the company. He has that pin over Chris Jericho from like early on in Dynamite too.
Oh, I forgot about that. It's a big deal.
Yeah, and he's definitely the one with the most long-term upside in SCU. Obviously, Kazarian and Daniels are towards the later part of their career. Scorpio is somebody that could be a big part of their future as a singles or really any type of other wrestler, like whether it's tag teams or anything else. He's young. He's got a lot of talent. So I'm really looking forward to this match. It's just another example of the TNT title match just being used to continue to elevate other people and spotlight new people. And I think that
even though they take an L, they still look great.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. And the thing with Scorpio, the timing, it comes pretty close off the back to AJ Gray a few weeks ago, basically saying that AEW doesn't have a lot of prominently featured male black wrestlers,
which is a fair criticism.
which is true when you look at it like statistically, sure. And because I do think the people that are being pushed on AEW, most of them are definitely deserving of it. But then there is also the African American fan or talents on the show that could be, this. I guess this is to make my point. Scorpio Sky is a perfect person to put in this spot to kind of show like, okay, well, we do have black male wrestlers. Scorpio's going to go out there and he's going to kill it. He's going to have an awesome match with Jericho, and then maybe a couple weeks later we see another black male wrestler in there against Cody or getting like a good spot. I guess this is all to say, I think this is this kind of the start of AEW listening to that criticism and being, you know what, we do have some great black talent on the show, so Scorpio, you're up next. I don't see anything wrong with it. They're good about listening and responding to this kind of stuff.
Yeah, they are. They really are, and I think that I have no problem with more black talent being used. I think it's a good thing. Excuse me. And I think that this was a great match. I think this was a great showcase. I think this was a great example of AEW taking some. It honestly is fairly serious criticism and taking it to heart and saying, no, we do have wrestlers of color that we want to put in a spotlight, and clearly, regardless of his color, Scorpio Sky did fantastic, and he's a fantastic wrestler, and I think that this is kind of the build to his little independent run, and it's going to be cool, and it's going to be interesting to see where it goes and what happens and everything like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's the first person. Craig Foster makes a point here as well. Scorpio is the first person in a few weeks that's an actual AEW contracted wrestler going to that match. Obviously, Eddie Kingston earned himself a contract after the fact.
Thank God.
Oh yeah, he deserved that 1,000,000%.
Yes.
And to my understanding, Warhorse still has not been signed, but he's a guy he's going. I mean, he's either going to sign to AEW or NXT or something. Like he's going to wind up in a big company at some point in the near future, regardless of where he winds up landing. I mean, Warhorse is going to be fine.
Nothing. I can't hear him. It's political.
Gotcha. Yeah, we should probably avoid that. But yeah, I think it's interesting. I think more people are going to be maybe the likelihood that Scorpio wins theoretically is higher, because you would think like, well, Scorpio's already signed to AEW, they're already kind of trying to do something with them. Like if he beat Cody, it would be huge for Scorpio, and it's actually like a realistic thing for him to possibly do. So like, there's a lot on the line here, and it's an interesting match. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I'm in a void. I can't wait for this one.
Yes, we got the AEW World Championship. Oh,
that's the tag.
Yeah, I was like, what? The tag team titles. We got Omega and Hangman taking on Jurassic Express, which will be the combination of Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, along with Marco Stunt. Yeah, how do you feel about this one?
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. I feel like Kenny Omega and Hangman Page are gonna retain, but it's still gonna be good nonetheless.
Yeah, I agree. I think this will be one of the best matches on the show. I mean, there's a lot of good matches advertised.
I'm so excited.
Yes, company's so good. But yeah, I expect another. I mean, Hangman and Kenny have delivered in every single tag team match they've had, and Jurassic Express has been consistently solid the entire time they've been on the show also. So like, I have no reason to believe this won't be incredible. It'll probably be a great match.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say that Hangman and Omega retain there as well. And then this is another great match. Young Bucks versus Evil Uno and Stu Grayson in the Dark Order. This match could be as good as other tag team. I mean, this is just so much proof that tag team wrestling can be incredible and prominently featured on your show. Like, I'm hyped for these tag team matches. This is all. Evil Uno and Stu Grayson are an incredible.
They're doing so good. They are really awesome as a tag team right now. They are just on fire, dude.
100%. And the Dark Order's coming off of that big win over the Elite from last week. And like
They needed that.
well, you know what? This is actually a harder one to call now. I was gonna say Young Bucks like right off the rip, but like, I mean, I would not be surprised to see Dark Order get a
No.
here because it looks like they're starting to kind of turn it around.
Yeah.
And Brody Lee is the best. I love Brody
Took
Lee.
that. He took the pin too, or he didn't take it, but he's the one who, right? Wasn't he?
Yeah,
the one? Yeah.
he knocked out Hangman with the
Yeah.
line.
He's the one who got the pin. Gotcha.
Yep. I love what they're doing with Colt Cabana, how they're like shielding him from all like the real stuff going on,
Yes.
like getting him wins and on being the Elite, Silver and Reynolds, mainly John Silver. John Silver's been the MVP of BTE for weeks now. That guy is hilarious. Stu Grayson being the right-hand man for Brody Lee has been hilarious also, just ratting out all the other idiots who keep messing up for the Dark Order. I mean, the Dark Order is my favorite thing in pro wrestling right now, probably. Like,
It's so mysterious.
which is crazy considering, like, when AEW was starting, it was universally panned, including by me. I thought it was even when we started our show and I made like the GIFs for the subscribers, the Dark Order thing, I was doing it kind of ironically. It was kind of like the Dark Order's lame, but like people like AEW. Now it's like join Dark Order. Like the Dark Order is actually awesome.
Yeah, it's actually. And speaking of joining the Dark Order, Dylan with a super chat. Thank you so much, Dylan. Thank you again, my man. Thank you. He says, "Do you think Adam Page will join the Dark Order?"
No, but I love that they've teased it.
They teased it.
It's been a thing. So like for those of you who might not follow Being the Elite, a few weeks ago, Hangman and Brody ran into each other in a hallway, and they're talking to like introduce themselves and they're talking, and Hangman tells Brody that like months back he had gone on the Dark Order website and applied to join the Dark Order, and then just nobody got back to him about it. So Brody's like, yeah, so Brody's like, well, like, do you still want to join? And like Heyman's like, well, no, I've got like another thing going on now, so like I'm good now. But like like all the blame is falling on like Reynolds and Silver and like kind of like the almost like the B team of the Dark Order. If like the kind of the A team of the Dark Order is Brody Lee, Stu Grayson, and 10 has been in Alan Angels, 5. Like those are kind of been the
9.
like 9 looks like a straight jabroni. I have no idea who that is. I put him in like the loser group. But like he was, but but anyway, the Dark Order is kind of divided amongst itself between the people that Brody views as like worthwhile, and then the ones who are just complete morons. And I love how they've done it. Every time that Brody talks to these guys, he's like, "We could have had cowboy shit. Like how did you not reach out to Hangman? Like how could that?" They've been trying to get Jungle Boy and confusing him with Griff Garrison. Like it's so funny how the Dark Order is just blowing it over and over, and Brody's solution is like he just pelts these guys in the head with these giant stacks of papers.
It's
so
great.
funny.
It would be a big twist for him to join the Dark Order instead of FTR, but I don't see it. But you're right. Just like the dynamic of the Dark Order dynamic is complex, perplexing, and hilarious.
Yeah, I definitely see Heyman going with Dark Order, or with FTR. They even tease that on Being the Elite this week also, where it's FTR and Hangman along with the Young Bucks and Kenny. And Hangman and FTR have been getting buddy-buddy lately because they like to go beer together. The Young Bucks and Kenny don't drink. So FTR brought the Young Bucks and Kenny chocolate milks on Being the Elite this week to like mend the fences.
Oh, the Young Bucks don't drink either?
Mm-mm. Christian AF. So
I thought that was a joke.
No, they're drug free, drink free. The only one in the Elite that drinks
Are they Mormon?
Hangman and Cody. Huh?
Are they Mormon?
Who?
The Young Bucks.
No, they're Christian. They're super Christian.
Oh, they're just super Christian. Okay, so they're not Mormon. Okay.
And then Kenny says he doesn't drink just because it's a life choice. But
Moxley, but
but Cody and Hangman drink, and then of course FTR. So like you have so anyway, they're all standing there together, and FTR says to Hangman, "You remind me of a young Barry Windham," and Hangman is like, "I don't know who that is. Who's Barry Windham?" And Kenny's like, "Yeah, no, that is he back from like where y'all came from? Who's Barry Windham?" But the joke is Hangman is like a young Barry Windham, and Barry Windham was in the Four Horsemen, and like the Four Horsemen and FTR and Hangman, and like they're planting all these seeds for FTR, Hangman, and Cody to be a group. Like that has got to be the group.
I see.
But anyway, this tag team match between Young Bucks and Dark Order. Do you have a prediction on who wins?
No, now that you said that, either way it makes sense. I think I would like to see Dark Order win because it makes sense to me. It furthers the story, it furthers the tension. It's like, how could the Young Bucks lose on Tag Team Appreciation Night?
Yeah.
Isn't it Tag Team Appreciation Night?
Yeah, I think it is. I completely forgot about that. That would also make sense why there's as many tag team matches. Corey Hummel saying 9 is Brandon Cutler. Dude, honestly, like, that would actually totally make sense. But, yeah, as far as this match goes, it's tough because I'd like to see Dark Order win as well. And I think the Young Bucks are going to remain undefeated until their big showdown with FTR. Because, like, that's got to be coming around the corner at some point.
That's true.
So...
Dang it, you're right. You're right. It's going to be the Young Bucks.
And also, if the Young Bucks win, they go from number 4 ranked to they beat number 3, so they'd theoretically be the number 3 ranked team now. So, like, they're moving up in the rankings, and, so... I'm going to go with the Young Bucks because just long-term thinking, the Young Bucks versus FTR has got to be where they're heading.
Yeah.
But if Dark Order got the win here, I would not be mad about it at all.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And then we have... Wait, this is just a preview. Yeah, this isn't tomorrow night. I was about to be like...
Yeah, I was like,
all
what?
out. I do think MJF's going to beat Moxley for the title. I think I mentioned that on our last show.
Yeah, I think you did.
And let me know in the chat if you agree or disagree. Do you think Moxley or MJF leaves with the title? What are you feeling a week after we talked last? Like, do you think Moxley retains when they finally have their match at Double or Nothing? Or sorry, at All Out?
I don't know. Now you got me doubting. I was like, no way. But they wouldn't put MJF up to all this without there being something for it. I don't know. I honestly think it could go either way. I would not. I mean, I'd still be shocked if MJF won. But it also, to me, opens the door for someone else to become champion. Like someone else who I probably couldn't see beating Moxley.
Yeah.
But I mean, Moxley. No, he didn't beat Lance Archer. Never mind, that was Cody. Just kidding. No, Moxley's beaten some tough-ass dudes for this. So...
Won the title from Jericho, beat
Yeah.
Lee, beat Brian Cage.
Brian Cage, that was it. I don't know. But like I said, it does open the door for more potential champions, However... do they care about ratings? Because, I mean, it seems like Moxley is a draw. The only times that AEW lost in the ratings to NXT was when Moxley was quarantining.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. I think that Moxley is a great champion. Like, I mean, I wouldn't mind Moxley being the champion, like, really long. He's a great fit for it. But my thing is more along the lines of, like, they've already booked him and MJF, and, like, I just feel like they need to be very, very careful in how they book MJF.
Yeah.
It was similar to the Brody Lee thing, because I felt like Brody Lee needed to beat Mox for the Dark Order's credibility to be there, because, like, if he can't win matches, why would a whole group of people be following him? Because they're losers and they're trying to get wins, and if he can't win, then, like, what's the point? But they've cleverly maneuvered around that in the way that they've booked the Dark Order since. So they wound up getting away with Brody Lee losing, and it's still not hurting. And they're actually in a better spot now than they've ever been in the Dark Order. Brian Cage is an interesting one because the verdict's still kind of out on that. He didn't tap out, but at the same time, like, he did lose.
Yeah.
And that FTR title the FTW title doesn't actually really mean anything. It's cool that he has it, but like it's not an actual like official AEW championship or anything like that. So it's because the real wild card and X Factor and all this to me is Wardlow, because
Exactly.
because Wardlow could hypothetically beat any of these guys. He has the size, the athleticism, like the look, where I could see Wardlow being heavily pushed. But I think that push will probably come after. He'll probably turn on MJF at some point. He might even be the one to beat MJF for if he has it or something.
Yeah.
But there's a lot. I guess what I'm getting at, there's a lot of options for MJF. There's a lot of options for Moxley too. This is the best thing about AEW.
Yeah.
The storylines are awesome. The matches are awesome. And guess what? I really don't even care who wins most of these matches because they just keep delivering. So like.
Right. It doesn't
keeps
matter.
being a good show.
Match. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, as long as it keeps being a good show week after week, I
Mm-hmm.
don't care who's winning and losing. So
Yeah.
good stuff. I love AEW.
AEW's gonna rock. Yay!
Yes. All right, y'all. So this is kind of the point of the show where if you have any last minute super chats or donations, now is the time. I will read off about some of our sponsors, and then Jessie will talk about her stuff that she's got going on. And if there's any super chats during that, we will make sure to address those before we get off live. So let me get this pulled up with our sponsors real quick. Instagram. So weird that it's still like MMA on point. Where Brian boxing, GL, and Wrestle, Rumble.
Oh.
I need to hide all this. Okay. All right. So first off, we got Music City Toys and Collectibles. They used to be known as Heroes and Legends, and they have rebranded. So check them out. They have the best action figures and DVDs and memorabilia, magazines, anything you think of, autograph 8x10s, every autograph action figures, like whatever you're looking for. Music City Collectibles can help you out with that. So check them out on all social media. Just search Music City Toys or Music City Toys and Collectibles, and tell them that you heard about them through me and Jessie. They're nice people. They give you fair business. They've been a part of like my podcast and career or whatever you want to call it pretty much since the beginning. It's been years now, and they're great. So I strongly encourage you, if you're a collector of any kind, to reach out to them. And a lot of great stuff going on with them rebranding and everything. They have a lot of cool stuff going on. So check them out and support them because they support us. Also, shout out to my brother, Brian Jensen. He is a co-owner of Steel Boxing and Athletics, a gym out of Atlanta, Georgia. He can help you online. He can help you in person if you're near Atlanta, Georgia. He can meet you outside, meet you at your house, your business, like whatever it is. He'll help you reach your goals, whether it's to lose weight, get in better shape, if you want to compete at an amateur or pro level, whatever it is. Just learn a little self-defense, like whatever the case may be. He's got you covered. This is like, him in his gym. This is him wearing one of my shirts there, the Fight Talk podcast.
Yeah.
I bought him this shirt from the Las Vegas Fight Shop when I was in Vegas.
Really?
Yeah, anyway, I'm glad he's wearing the stuff I've been buying him. But yeah, check him out. Follow him on Instagram at BoxingATL. That's BoxingATL. And just like all the other sponsors, hit him up, tell him that you heard about him through me and Jessie. I guarantee he gives you a good deal, whether it's in person or through Zoom calls or whatever you'll need to set up. And last and never least, we have WrestleRumble.com. Check out their website. Once again, WrestleRumble.com. Follow them on all social media at WrestleRumble. The current, basically the raffle going on right now, for $1 entry, that's all it takes, you can win 5. Almost spoke out of school there. 5 World Championship belts. These are the real deal. These are the replica titles. These each cost like $300, $400, sometimes more dollars. You're gonna win 2 classic tag team titles, the classic IC title, the classic Winged Eagle Championship belt, and there's also a mystery belt that they're gonna give you. So you're getting 5 title belts for $1, which is
Wild.
real.
Wild.
They're also gonna have a SummerSlam Pick'em contest, their traditional contest where you enter and you answer a whole bunch of questions that have to do with the show, and there will be a separate prize list for that. So once that is live and the prizes are live, we will talk about that on the show as well to make sure you enter the contest and the raffle. But for now, if you want to just check the raffle out, once again, it's $1, 5 replica title belts, and it's courtesy of WrestleRumble.com. So check them out.
Yeah.
Jesse, what you got going on?
Hold on, my husband's calling me. Almost done. Sorry. So yes, I am in misery right now. If you'd like to see me live tweet my existential misery, go ahead and follow me on Twitter at Jessie the Buckeye, JSSITHEBUCKEYE. You can see me, can read me cry basically right now, or you can see me live tweet wrestling events. I will definitely be live tweeting Aew Dynamite tomorrow night, so I really hope you guys follow me there. A bunch of cool stuff going on tomorrow, and also I may be spilling some tea on my OnlyFans tonight. So onlyfans.com/Jessie the Buckeye, JSSITHEBUCKEYE, same as my Twitter handle. That's the best way to directly support me right now. As you guys know, I'll be 15 weeks pregnant tomorrow. I have a lot of content stocked up on there. It's going to be really expensive to have a baby in a hospital and then to take care of a baby, a second one, obviously. So the best way to support keeping a roof over my family's head and to pay our medical bills is to follow me and support me on my OnlyFans. Got a lot of really fun stuff over there that I can't talk about on here, but it's really fun. I have a lot of fun on there, put a lot of work into it, and people have been happy so far, so I'm really happy too. Also, if you want to keep getting notified when we go live like this, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you like what you see, if you think this is something that you want to do, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you really like this video, if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the algorithm. It helps YouTube know that we're doing a good job. It helps other people know that we're doing a good job, and it gets more amazing people like you guys in the chat into our stream, and we want more amazing people like you guys in our stream. So thank you so much, everyone, for being so freaking amazing today. Thank you for dealing with my crisis today at the beginning of the stream. My apologies. I literally had no time to even tell Steven. We had the intro rolling when I found out. So thank you, Steven, for letting me have my moment. And thank you, everyone. And I don't know when we'll be back. Probably this weekend, hopefully. What's that? Is that the AEW?
Yeah.
Yay, you got the belt at least.
I've at least got the belt.
Yay!
Still, at least I got the belt.
I can't find the figures either. I've looked everywhere, but I may have to look upon my journey tomorrow. So yeah, I don't know when we'll be back next, but it's definitely going to be an episode you're not going to want to miss. So yeah, thank you so much. And that's why it's really important to subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you'll get notified when we go live. We get notified 30 minutes before we go live. You'll see it in there. You can set a reminder, do all that fun stuff. So thank you so much, everyone. Be safe, be healthy, be well. That's it for me.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for me as well. If you want to give me a follow, underneath me here, Fight Talk _ that's FIGHTTALK _ and yeah, like I mentioned before, tomorrow night should be live on Fightful, on Fightful's YouTube channel, reviewing AEW and NXT with Lewis and Alex.
Yay.
And Thursday night, I'm supposed to be going live on Fight Feed. I think if you just search Fight Feed, Thursday night. Yeah, it'll be me and my buddy Doug. His name is Doug Bateman. For those of you who are OG YouTube fans, he used to be a part of Bill and Doug, which was basically they were the big TNA fans that were really waving the flag for TNA, the really anti-WWE guys back in the day. For a lot of different reasons. Me and Doug talk about. Doug are buddies, and we talk all the time.
That's awesome.
We did a show last week that people really enjoyed, minus kind of the echoing issues. But if you want to join us tomorrow night, it'll probably be pretty late, probably like 10 p.m., 11 p.m. Eastern time, probably around the time we'll start. But that'll be Thursday night. So yeah, if you're an MMA fan, I got my... Oh, I didn't even mention, if you're an MMA fan, my videos started going up on YouTube again. So check out All Things MMA. I have a video that went up on Sunday about Daniel Cormier, who's going to be fighting Stipe Miocic in a trilogy for the heavyweight title this weekend. So if you're an MMA fan, I very much appreciate the support there. Just type All Things MMA into YouTube, subscribe to that channel, and I have more videos on the way for them. So after leaving MMA on point, it's been a lot of fun to catch on with a new YouTube channel.
Yay!
And yeah, the feedback has been really positive. So yeah, all that stuff. I do a show every Monday for the Soberers Network in Nashville, Tennessee, talking about the latest stuff going on in mixed martial arts, and that's available on Spotify. So all this stuff that I'm talking about, I usually put links to on Twitter. So just check it out there.
Yay!
Anyway, yeah, that's everything I've got. I've shilled enough.
No, you're good.
So
Chill.
yeah. If you're in the Atlanta, Georgia area and you're still watching this or listening, and you find any AEW action figures anywhere in any Walmarts in the Atlanta, Georgia area, or even close by, please let me know.
Let
Message me on
him
Twitter.
know, guys.
If I don't follow you already, like if you mention me in a tweet, it's like, hey, I went to this Walmart and they have figs, I will follow you back immediately. I will give you a shout out on this show next week. I'm gonna go get those figs for myself. So please help me out. I'll try to do a little bit for the help. So yeah, we can talk about that next week too. I've been meeting like fans and the employees of Walmart. I've been going in there every day.
Fans of Walmart?
Oh no, fans of AEW. Like,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, I was standing next to a guy the other day, looked about my age. We were both just standing there looking at the empty pegs, and he looked at me and he was like, "Are you a major, Mark?" And I was like, "Yeah, big time." And then we wound up talking for like 20 minutes.
That's amazing.
But anyway, yeah. We can get on out here. Thanks everyone for joining the chat today. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you.
Are you done?
Bye.
Yeah, Charlotte's like,